Hey guys, welcome back from spring break, and this week we're starting Module 5. So I want to take a few minutes and explain a few things to you about this module. It's a little bit different than previous modules in that we're going to look at several chapters at one time. We are going to start looking at vulnerable populations because, as the Code of Ethics tells us, it is very important that we are culturally competent social workers. So in Module 5, we are looking at women, LGBT, children, older adults, and people with disabilities. Then in Module 6, we'll move on to some different populations, but same kind of thing in both Module 5 and 6. Module 5 assignments are due on April 1st, so at 11:59 that night. And for Module 5, you have 2 discussions and 1 essay. One thing I want to tell you a little bit about the essay is that there are several questions pertaining to each chapter. There's a question pertaining to each chapter, meaning there are several questions that encompass the essay. So you can use your question in the assignment as your header. That would be helpful for you, to kind of show your answer underneath, and helpful for me when I'm grading so I know the delineation between different responses. When you're working on your essay, also, be sure to include outside sources. This is the best way to find information. Don't rely on just your book. Bring in this outside information. Use your research skills to research some articles and bring in some things that are pertinent to it. And when you are putting your responses in, remember, this just isn't about your opinion. While your opinions are valuable, the questions are meant for your opinions to be supported by fact. Meaning, when you make a statement, it needs to be supported by a citation. So if, for example, on the first question, practice with women, your response to that question, anything that you say that you believe is the cause of the inequality for women's pay, it needs to be supported. It can't just be your opinion. So you need to support your opinions with those citations. And with that said, you need to have in-text citations, and that means author, date inside parentheses in your in-text citation. Also, and they should match up with your reference page. So same kind of APA rules apply. These are a little different because you have all these different questions in one, but you still should have proper citations and references in your page. Abstract is not required for this kind of thing because this is kind of a off-the-cuff assignment where you answer multiple questions, so it's not a formatted research paper, so no abstract is going to be required for this one. So just keep those things in mind when you're looking at your essays. Also, when you use your sources and you pull in from outside to answer your questions, be sure they are credible sources, reliable sources. And those kind of sources are things like government websites, professional associations, like the NASW, for example. Academic journals, be sure to get on the library resources and use those resources and those research studies that are on there. They have to be credible, reliable sources. You can use articles, but they need to be from a reliable news source that's credible, has a good reputation. Things like Wikipedia and websites like that, or just like Psychology Today or something like that. Those websites are sometimes not always have stories that are completely factual. So you have to be sure you're using quality sources when you're bringing those into your paper, and that the information you are providing is evidence-based, because we are an evidence-based profession. So this is building those skills. So this week, take some time and really think about some of the content that you're learning, and you may find it very helpful in working with these particular populations. Or if you haven't worked with them, you may be a little bit more equipped in the moment, at the time that you may work with those populations, like women, LGBT, the older populations. You never know where life will take you. So this type of information could help you start building that competency to at least have a good base when you're out working with different types of individuals. So with that said, that's all I have for Module 5. I'm working on grading your papers, your field practice papers. It's a little bit slow going because, I know you guys spend a lot of time on those papers, so I want to spend ample time in grading and giving you feedback. I will be grading in the text of your paper and providing comments. You'll see the little bubbles in your paper and you can click on them and get my comments. And so be sure those are attached in with your grade. So be sure to click through when you get your grade and open up those documents and look at the comments. I think you'll find them very helpful. That's my hope. I have graded a few, but I'm still working through them. So over the next week and a half, I'm hoping to finish. I'm hoping to finish this week, but life happens. So let's hope to finish it either by midweek next week at the latest. So you'll keep your eyes peeled for those, but definitely look at the feedback, and I hope you'll find it helpful in your future assignments. So you guys take care. Have a good week or a good couple weeks, and I'll see you again soon.